Hi, it's Angela. Tonight I'm going to make a new recipe that I haven't tried before. It's from the website eMeals. So if you're interested in looking at that, you can go to their website. But I just recently signed up there to get some new meal ideas, and I'm going to try this one out tonight. It's sun-dried tomato pesto chicken pasta. So let's go. I'm going to start out with a pot of water. I'm going to salt it generously because this is the pot that will have the pasta cooking in it. And I heard that you're supposed to make the pasta water or potato water taste like the sea. That's how salty you want to make it. So we're going to give that a try. So tonight I'm using my caraway pan. It's a frying pan that I recently got and I love it. It's non-stick, it's a great pan. So I'm gonna use that for my chicken tonight. I'm using Barilla protein pasta tonight. We love this stuff. It tastes just like regular pasta. It has per serving, 190 calories per serving, as well as how much protein? 10 grams of protein per serving, which is fantastic. So for 2 ounces, you get 10 grams of protein. I'm also going to use my new oil sprayer pourer thing that I got for Christmas. On the top, there's a latch or a button that pushes open so you can pour some olive oil in there. Let me close that. But if I wanted to spray, I just push this and it sprays out just a little bit at a time. So you put your own olive oil in there, much more cost efficient. And I can also adjust how much I'm putting in there, how much oil I'm actually using. I weighed out 8 ounces of the Barilla protein pasta, the spaghetti, and so that will be 4 servings, 4 2-ounce servings of pasta for this entire recipe. I'm trying this brand called Bare Bones Instant Bone Broth tonight. My recipe called for either bone broth or chicken stock. And so I bought this. This is the first time I'm using it. It comes with 8 little sticks or packets full of powdered broth or bone broth. And each one makes 1 cup of broth, the same as 1 cube of bouillon. Has a lot more protein than a typical chicken broth. It has 10 grams of protein per cup and only 50 calories. So I'm going to give that a try. I'll link it below as well if you're interested in trying that. So I'm taking 1 cup of warm water. I'm just going to take one of these sticks and pour it in there, one of these packets. Get it all in there. Ooh, it smells good. And I'll just stir it up. And I'll just stir it up until it dissolves. I'm using the boneless, skinless chicken breast from Costco, the Kirkland brand. It says it's air chilled. There's no nutrition facts on it, but it's typical chicken breast. There's the chicken in the pan. I'm just salted and peppered it. That's all the seasoning I'm putting on it. And I'm going to let that cook up, and then we'll put the rest of the ingredients in. This recipe also calls for a cup of half and half. So I'm just going to add that to the chicken broth that I made up earlier until I get to 2 cups. There we go. And I'll add that to the chicken here shortly. So the chicken's been cooking for maybe 5 or 6 minutes. I flipped it over. Now I'm getting ready to add in the beef broth in half and half. And we're gonna let that cook and simmer and boil for about 10 minutes to finish cooking that chicken. But it all dissolved, which is nice, knowing that since I've never used it before. I'm gonna bring this up to a boil, then I'm gonna let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Hi, Max. Are you ready for dinner? Are you ready? Oh, you are ready. Okay, I'll get it ready for you. So one of the last steps is to add the pesto. I'm trying this Rayo's sun-dried tomato pesto for the first time. There's about 6 ounces in here and the recipe calls for 2 ounces. So I'm gonna add that. I'll stir that pesto in, combine it with the other ingredients here. So that sauce is starting to thicken up and it smells delicious. The last step is to add a bag of spinach. I'm going to put about half of it in here at a time. So it can wilt down a little bit. And that's what it looks like with the spinach all wilted down. I'm going to plate it and I'll show you the end result. And this is what it looks like all plated up. I added some Parmesan cheese. It didn't call for that in the recipe, but I decided to add that on top. Enjoy! Again, this meal was from eMeals, a website. That's why I can't share the recipe itself, but you can check it out on their website. And we would have given this meal a 7.5 out of 10. I think it could have used a little more seasoning, and if I would have let it simmer a little longer, the sauce may have thickened up a bit more. But overall, I would make it again with those adjustments. It was very good, and with 64 grams of protein, it was a nice, wholesome, nutritious meal. Thanks for watching.